Hey, good day. This is Greg Lewis, the city manager here in the city of Lebanon, and it's my pleasure to be with you today. I guess it's not summer yet, but it's close to summer. We're dressed up appropriately and enjoying this June. Today, in our first segment, we're going to spend time talking about my favorite thing, and that is where I work, and that is the city manager's office. And I'm lucky to be joined today by Paula Maville, who's executive assistant in our office, and really, Paula is really the core and heart of our office. Many of you have already seen her, met her, and those who haven't, this opportunity today to meet her, and we're going to talk together about what the city manager's office provides in terms of the community. Obviously, we're seeing lots of departments and such. But we just want to tell you something about what happens on a day-to-day experience. First of all, Paula, welcome.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you. I always start by asking any of our guests, in this case we're kind of partners, about your background. How did you ever get in this position? It's an incredible position. People don't know about it as much as I know about it now, but we'll learn more today. But how did you end up where you're at right now?
Well, I actually started with the City of Lebanon in 1986.
86, wow.
86, yep. I'm almost, actually 2 weeks from now, it'll be 26 years.
Oh, okay, that's congratulations. Thanks for all the service. That's just great.
Nope, you're more than welcome. I started temporary, actually.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, in the Planning and Zoning office. I was hired by Carmela Hennessy, who's our zoning administrator still on staff.
Carmela's been on the show. It's great.
Yeah. And the development patterns were such at that time in the city, and everything was booming to the point where my position got permanently entered into the budget.
Oh,
I officially started January 5th, 1987 as a permanent full-time. And worked my way through planning and zoning, spent time in other departments here and there throughout, assisting in a lot of different operations. And in December 2008, I was promoted to executive assistant in the city manager's office.
Well, that's great. When I arrived here, Paula has this great thing that she does. And when I was a candidate for the office, all the candidates, were kind of, I'm from. At that time, my job was in New York. I'd only been here once, and I really had a hard time finding myself around at first. But Paula gave all the candidates a map, and the map it was like the clearest directional thing I've ever seen about finding yourself around Lebanon. It was the self tour, and I remember. So my first contact with Paula was she was telling me. Give me directions on where to go, and I carried the map around. I had a rental car, and I was driving around these locations, following the arrows and there was also meticulously drawn out. The arrows were very clear as to where this is, and where that is, and it was the best self-directed map I've ever had. So Paula's been directing me ever since then. She's basically the kind of a human map about where we were supposed to go today and what we're supposed to do today and what we're all about. And you live here in West Leb.
I do.
Like I do. I live in West Leb too.
Right.
And you and your family live over here in West Leb. And
yeah, I was actually.
How do you enjoy living? Have you lived in West Leb a long time?
No. Well, since 2000. Yep, my husband and I bought a house down on Elm Street West in the year 2000, and we've been residents here ever since. But I was born, brought up, raised in Lebanon. Graduated from Lebanon High School in 1985, so this has definitely been my home. This is my community, and
it's really great. Paula never stops working. She went and took a vacation. When I'm on vacation, I'm a bum. I like to lay around and I don't do anything. And so I was asking her about her vacation, and she spent the whole vacation taking care of her basement, which I think is quite amazing because I'm so lazy that I couldn't imagine her working as hard as she did. And then she went home and worked hard, but. We know you're getting ready for the summer, and now you're really going to have some fun.
Absolutely. Now my weekends are free.
Do you enjoy the summer here in Lebanon?
I absolutely do. It's my favorite time of the year, and I try to make the most out of it that I can. It's really kind of 12 short weeks is the way that when it gets all summed up, but I try to make the most of it that I can. Now my time is free.
Well, this is great, and I hope you enjoy the summer. And you have a camper now. I hope you.
Oh
enjoy
yes,
the camper.
I
You
do.
and your
Yes,
family
we
have
bought a
great
new
time.
camper. Yep, looking forward to
tell
it.
people that I have so many friends all over the United States what a great place it is to be in Lebanon, and this whole area is just chock full of things to enjoy and to do as a family and as an individual. But it's a very, very, I think, the heart of America. The heart of what America is about is to be in Lebanon and do the things you do here in the summer.
Yeah.
Now, getting back to business, I guess we talk about ourselves as kind of a first and last stop for community communication and relationships. Could you describe a little bit about how that works in the city manager's office?
Yeah, absolutely. Oftentimes, as you know, we're the first stop where people need assistance in where they're going to get the information that they're desiring.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just, they see that this is the city manager's office and they know that that's where they're going to be able to get what it is they're looking for information. And we send them on their way to get what it is that they're looking for. And it can be any kind of departmental dealings, fire, police, airport, library, all of it, centered with us and branches out from there. And then oftentimes we're the last stop when people don't get the information that it is that they're looking for. They didn't feel it was timely enough, or they want more input from the city manager before they make a final decision. Then we'll often be the last stop.
And in a place where that happens, there's many ways that the contact can come to our office by other media. Where you actually come in our office, and our office is located where? And how would you describe it? If someone was trying to find our office.
That we're on the lobby level of City Hall, directly adjacent to the city clerk's office, and walk down the hall.
And if they were going to try to reach us by telephone, how would they do that?
They would dial 603-448-4220.
And they would reach us. And I guess email, we all have our emails. I mean, the website, what do you think about the website? I know we have a lot of involvement in the website and communicating. What's your perspective on our engagement with the website?
Well, there's a lot of great information available on the website, and we have one of the most phenomenal webmasters that I could experience. I think that she's wonderful. Melanie is a best friend to all of us.
She's quite extraordinary, isn't she?
She really is.
Because one of the reasons I can't, in terms of attracting my attention, was the website when I first saw it, and I thought, this is really one of the best websites I've ever seen for a small city. But it's quite incredible. And it seems like every day there's a new feature. And I know we do a lot of coordination with Melanie, our webmaster, and I just think that's really fascinating. We have such talent in that person. She's just really extraordinary. Yeah,
she definitely adds to every single thing that we talk about.
Yeah.
She's always got ideas, she's always got suggestions, she's always got solutions, and she's a great team player.
Yeah, so I mean, that's one of the reasons of having, the values we have are to collaborate and work together as a team.
Yeah.
And we have set up our office accordingly. Paula helped lay out how our office is. When we kind of joined together, I came last year. We looked at how it was, and then we decided together how it might be better. And now we've achieved that, haven't we?
We have. We turned 2 spaces into 3. We hired one more Paula.
Yeah. And now we have the Paulas.
Yep. We're Greg and the Paulas.
So that's pretty cool. I mean, we didn't purposely hire another Paula. I mean, we weren't on advertising. Your name's Paula. Right. You'll come in and examine across our great partner at our place, who works for Paula, the other Paula Rue. And so it's very cute. The Paula Rue now will answer the phone. Paula Rue.
Exactly.
So there's too many Paulas, and so Paula Rue is there. So, and she has a lot of talent herself. And
she absolutely
we appreciate
does.
it. She's added some different types of talent to especially some of our displays and designs and things we do.
Absolutely, she rounds out the team.
Yes. Now we have to kind of get into some things about, and we talk about ourselves sometimes, and about being the conduit for communication in the city.
Yes.
Could you describe a little bit about that?
Sure. We're in constant communication with city councilors, with residents, with property owners, with business owners, state and other local officials, regions, the different towns in our region. You in terms of your involvement with the Chamber of Commerce, and so there's definitely a lot of communication that happens, and I think that being the face of the city, so to say, that people rely on us for timely and accurate communication and acting as that conduit, and how information might make it from a resident to a department, or from a state legislator to the city council, or from the city council to our department heads.
It's kind of, I think of sometimes we're like the informational exchange.
Absolutely.
I mean, and it's all forms. I mean, there's telephoning, there's the email that we send out, there's the documents that we send out, the things we post online.
Email.
And one of the things I'm so proud of is how impartial and objective we are, and how we convey the information to everyone. I mean, it's really, we're trying to be really transparent and provide information from one source to another source. And as you share information, we get in a community on multiple levels, then the synergy of that sharing adds to the quality of that community's decision making.
Yes.
So that's really cool, because, and if you started I just experienced in my life some situations where some people would start filtering things, and without the transparency or the transfer of facts, evidence-based types of things. And that leads to a kind of contortion of the information, which leads to a kind of a contortion of decision making in the community based on that. But I think we're totally devoted to open honesty, high ethics, and impartiality, and just the facts.
Absolutely.
We are the administrative branch arm of the council, and maybe we should discuss that a little bit about how we try to assist our policymakers in our administrative roles.
Yeah. I think it's very, very important when we are trying to communicate facts that it's simple.
Yes.
And I work very hard to try to simplify things as much as possible. When I communicate with the city council on behalf of something coming from the city manager's office, I view the council that my audience is the general public. I put things in terms that would be understandable, or I try to, would be understandable to anybody when they're reading a document that's going to appear before the city council. And I think that helps everybody understand when a rule or a policy or something needs to be enacted or adopted. Makes it very easily understood.
I think it really does, and it goes to parity and equality, and that's respect, so people can understand. Because that, if they have more understanding with regards to such matters, then that communication quality increases. And by doing that, they can respect the system respects them. And I know I have been in agenda management in other jurisdictions, of course, over the years, where you would get a very technical memorandum being placed in the chain of the agenda, and it'd be very hard for people to read it. Now here we came, and people should know that Paula writes the narrative that's in the agenda, and often a great proportion of that a narrative in there is Paula writing this, and she's writing exactly the way you described it to try to reach people so they can read it, get involved, engaged, and they can participate.
That is definitely, it's a goal.
Confused and wondering what the heck this is about, and
right. And if I can do as much background work as I can to provide the council enough information to make an informed decision, which is definitely one of their goals, then I think I've done my job.
Yeah. In our last couple of minutes, I want us to talk a little bit about how we're responsible for regulating the use of the city land and facilities.
Yes. We're responsible for regulating uses that happen on the mall, that happen at the Storrs Hill ski area, that happen in Colburn Park. We have processes and procedures for vendors, people who want to sell in those areas, people that want to hang banners to advertise their events, mostly for nonprofits.
Yeah.
And
so all those people that are parked around and engaged in this on these different locations, they're all getting permits, and we just want to make sure it's done right and fair. And there's more competition for it now, aren't there?
Oh, there's absolutely more competition for it, especially in the vending side of things. So, we just want to make sure that it's a fair process. Everybody's given the same information, everybody's treated the same way, and everybody has a shot to, do what it is that they want to do out there.
And I guess as we kind of close this segment, we talk about what would you like to know? We're always asking what would you like to know. I mean, open-ended. Could you comment? How do we approach people and business community, and what would you like to know approach that we have?
Yeah, well, we have the community connection, which is on the website, and it's just we have a base of frequently asked questions that are out there, and if there's something that you want to know that you can't find the answer to when you visit our website, then chances are there's going to be other people who want to know the same thing.
Yes.
So if you could, if the public could take just a second and, jot down something in the community connection, and we create a frequently asked question, then you're probably going to save somebody else time down the road. It's kind of a pay it forward thing. So yeah, I just think it would be great if there's something you want to know. Let us know what you want to know.
Absolutely. And do use that Lab Connection. It's on the website.
Yeah.
And that's where they can reach it, right?
Right from the home page and every department page.
Yeah. So I guess that's what we're here for. We're here to provide public service, and we're here to engage the community and do it in the absolute most respectful and civil manner possible. So I want to thank Paula for being here today.
You're welcome.
It was enjoyable. It's Paula's first time on television.
Right.
I thank her for doing that. She actually wrote everything that she asked, so that's the way it is, though. So it's a pleasure being here today. It's a pleasure being with Paula always, and we'll see you in the next segment. Thanks.